What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 24. And we start today's episode off with a game against Birmingham City, our final game of August and our final game in the summer transfer window on the back of the 2-0 loss away at the Cardiff City Stadium against Cardiff in Wales. Still searching for our first win in the Championship as we sit just 1 point above the bottom three right now. 15 minutes into the game here in Ireland, still undefeated at home in the league however, and our first chance falling early as well as Keenan finds Ethan Elliott and the Welshman gets his first goal for the club as well. Great little hold-up play there as Rory slides through Ethan. He does, I've got to be honest here, maybe I'm being a little bit too obvious, but he does kind of remind me a little bit of Ryan Giggs, you know, a winger with that left foot. Maybe I'm being just a little bit too obvious there. Regardless, Elliott makes it 1-0 as we have the advantage after his first goal of the season. And following that, Rory Keenan, what a fantastic defensive piece of play there by the new captain here at Cork City. Brilliant block. Said it before, you don't see what this guy does on the defensive end, man. He is so good with his interceptions and his last-ditch tackles as well. The Blues would find their level at 7 minutes after the restart and make it 1-1 as once again, not for the first time this season, we surrender a lead with 20 minutes to go, still tied at 1-1. We were playing some really good football. I felt we'd get back in front and we would as well. 19 minutes to go and Eamon Cunningham, the real deal, already his second goal in the Championship. This guy excelled in League One last season. He was playing with players that are nowhere near at the sort of standard he's at right now. He's a Championship standard player, man. 2-1 Cork City, great assist by Bell, and we retake the lead. And just a few minutes later, a chance to give us a 2-goal cushion, make it 3-1, and we would. Samuel Bell, second goal of the season, first goal in front of the home fans this year as well. And with 12.5 minutes to go, I wanted him to celebrate with me or the subs, and he stopped directly short of celebrating with the subs. I don't know why, I find it hard to celebrate with the subs and a manager in this year's FIFA. Now, regardless though, Bell wraps it up. 2-goal cushion, 2 goals in 6 minutes, and there it is, finally at the 7th time of asking, it is over. Cork City have won a game. Yes, our first victory in the Championship, and it comes against the Blues. We really needed that, and finally we've got it as well. Cork 3, Birmingham 1, and our first victory in the Championship. So following that, we see two players are going on international duty, Bazunu and Rory Keenan. They'll be away for the Watford game. Now, there should be international breaks in the Championship. You should go away for the international break, but for some reason, it doesn't happen in this year's career modes. That's really frustrating. They'll be away for the Watford game, where Vicar Droid, our second and final game today. And also, his transfer deadline day will come round. As you could see, I accepted a bid here for Hugo Humphrey and rejected a big one as well from Bournemouth of Patrick Keating. 4.3 mil. That will be a massive amount of money to get, but Keating is really good. He might have lost his showing great potential tag, but since he switched to right back, he's really come into his own and started thriving in that role as well. So his deadline day comes around, 2.8 million in the budget. We did sell Hugo Humphrey. Of course, we retrained him from striker to right back, but to be honest, never really grew, so I was okay letting him go. And with around 3 million in our budget, I did try and make one signing on transfer deadline day. He's one of the players I tried to sign right at the very start of the series on loan. Couldn't get him, but I think he's in the final year of his contract in North London. Jose Mourinho does not have big plans for the youngster, or so it seems. We let him go for £2 million, which is under the valuation, and we snap up Jamie Bowden from Spurs. And I must say, this kid looks very talented indeed. Only 21 years old, shows great potential, holding mid and centre mid, his secondary position, medium-high work rates, and to be honest here, with some pretty balanced physicals, so we will need some work on the strength, and the medium-high work rates, and good defensive stats to begin with. That seems to be his best asset here, his defensive stats. I'm going to retrain him as a centre-back and make him one of my favourites, a cheeky little ball-playing centre-back. You guys know I love those ball-playing centre-backs. I think Boda could definitely do that role, because Leo, look, listen here, one of the main reasons I signed him is because, look, we love Leo, okay? I'm going to be honest, we all love Leo. Leo, everybody loves him, fans' favourite, but I mentioned it before, he's so clumsy and not good with the ball at his feet. I need a ball-playing centre-back alongside him because we like to play out from the back. So I think Bowden, that was the main reason I signed him. I'm going to retrain into ball-playing centre-back so he can play alongside Leo. So when Leo gets the ball, I'm just going to say to him, just either hoof it or just offload to Jamie. Don't do anything fancy, just hoof it or offload it to your CV partner and we'll avoid a catastrophe. So there we go. Bowden will retrain to centre-back, and we did accept a bid for Morrissey as well. He spent 5.5 1.35 million on just 2 players. Oh my word, talk about a totally different feeling this summer window for Cork City, but 2 great players coming in. Well, yeah, we did have a bid for Morrissey, the captain, and to be honest, I talked about it in the last episode, I was going to let him go if a bid came in, and I did mention I wasn't going to put him on the transfer list, but in the end I thought, do you know what, it's a new era at Cork City, so I transfer listed him on transfer deadline day. I thought if someone puts a bid in, I'll let him go. He's not going to play many games this season, especially now after the arrival of Bowden as well, and whilst we did accept the bid for the captain, he remains here. Transfer talks broke down, and yeah, I put him on the transfer list, but he didn't want to leave, and I'm not really fussed either. If he wants to stay or if he wants to leave, either is totally fine with me. He was club captain at the start of the series, lifted the League 2 title, helped us get promotion last year as well. Whilst he doesn't play much nowadays, I would prefer to get the cash, to be honest, but if he wants to stay, I'm totally fine with that, as he's on a really, really low wage. So transfer deadline day would end, again, just the 2 signings for permanent fees this window, and also, of course, 2 players coming on a free transfer as well. And again, over 5 million spent on Bazunu and Bowden, but 2 Irish talents that show great potential. I think I've played this pretty well. You know, we sent our scouts out once again. We've got 2 really decent youngsters, and we also sold quite a bit of deadwood here at the club as well, so I think we've done a pretty decent job in this summer window here. As we have 3 more scouting updates and an academy update as well, the 2 players that look the best so far are still Mike Cahill and Kerr Knudsen, the Norwegian left back, both 15 years old, so I can't promote them just yet, but do look pretty decent to begin with. There are a couple of players I wouldn't be against releasing, such as Mullen, who only has 76-82 potential now, but for the most part, our academy's been pretty decent, and after, well, a slow start, let's just say that, in picking up talent, we are now starting to get some on a more regular basis. So yeah, the transfer window ends, you saw our list of departures and the 4 players coming in as well. I think Brown could be an amazing pickup on a free transfer as well. 62 rated, and you know, again, that's like our, 3rd best centre half in terms of rating if you don't count Jamie Bowden, so he could be a great steal on a free transfer. And this is the team we've got then until the January window. You know, you asked the question, has it got enough quality to stay in the Championship? Well, we just picked up our first win there against the Blues, but I'm not too sure. I think because we are such a young team, and most of the players we've got are either teens or in their early 20s, we are going to keep getting better as the season progresses. I do predict at some point we'll become a 3-star team this campaign as well, and grow 1 full star this season. But it is going to be tough. Again, we look at the fixtures coming here in September. We've got Watford and Brighton, both away from home. Those are both 4-star teams. It's going to be tough. I think we can do it though. I really do. My target after this tough start for where I want to finish at the end of the season, I would say, is around 14th, 15th place. If we can break into the top half of the table, that'll be fantastic. But security, stability, and not being in a dogfight come the end of the season, that will be the most important thing for me. So for our second and final game of today's episode, first game outside of the transfer window, looking for back-to-back wins and our first away win of the season against high-flying Watford away at Vicarage Road. And what a start to the game. 6 minutes in, 2 goals in 2 for the new Ryan Giggs. Maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic there, but Ethan Elliott, brilliant finish with the left foot there as the Welshman fires us into a shock lead here against the Hornets. 1-0 Cork, and of course in this game we were without Bazunu and Rory Keenan, so Barry Sharkey took the armband here. I have made him vice captain, and 23 minutes in, oh, what a lovely through ball from the Shark, and Samuel Bellwell with the goal. And I really like this too. Barry's got 2 assists, Bellwell's got 2 goals. Guess who the player got the goal and the assist for each other? What? You know what I mean. Basically, both of Bellwell's goals have come from Barry Sharkey assists. That's what I mean to say. But yeah, Sharkey, vice captain, captaining the side for the first time ever, gets the assist. Watford 0, Cork 2, and I could not believe it. We were just on fire here, totally against the form book. However, we've been in this position before just a few weeks ago away against Stoke, leading by 2 and then surrendered 2 points away from home. And whilst we were cruising and looking on course for our first away victory after João Pedro got the Hornets back in the game, 53 minutes in, he turns provider for Guendouzi, who drills it in as the former gunner sees Watford battle back from 2 goals down to claim a point. Talk about deja vu, man, being 2 goals up away from home and then surrendering 2 points. In the grand scheme of things, I mean, you know, a point there at Vicarage Road is decent against the high-flying Hornets, but let's be honest here, I kind of choked once again. But it's just the difficulty of the Championship. I talked about it before, and I'll say it again. This is totally different to the last 2 seasons, guys. There is absolutely no way we have 3 straight promotions unless we have an incredible, miraculous second half of the season run, because at the moment, to start the campaign off, only the 1 win in our first 7 games. I'm finding it incredibly difficult to play against this caliber of team because we're a 2.5 star team, and again, most of the teams are 3.5 star to 4 star. It is very tough, but you know what? I like it. Bring on the challenge. That was the Court to Glory, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And because there are only 2 games today, I'm going to do a double upload for you. So have a great day. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode later tonight.